Welcome, folks, to another Hump Day Real Estate. Kendall in the DMV. Hope everyone's doing okay out there. Um, Today, we're going to talk about, are you thinking about selling your home? And if you are, did you know there are some mistakes that you need to avoid? Let's talk about it. 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. These are can't miss. Seriously, don't do these mistakes that you can easily avoid when selling your home. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Selling your home doesn't have to be full of missteps and mistakes. Learn from these common mistakes and avoid problems from the moment you put up that for sale sign. Let's start with 4 don'ts. Here are 4 things not to do when you put your home up for sale. First one is don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Maybe you lived in your home for 25 years and raised your kids there. Maybe you're moving for reasons that are inherently emotional or difficult. Maybe you just feel the heightened stress of selling a home and let your emotions into the mix. Well, do your best to put your emotions on the shelf and be as pragmatic as possible about selling your home. Folks, this is it's not a it's hard nowadays buying and selling because when you sell, there's things that you like about your property that other folks don't like about property. And one of the things that you have to understand is person that's going to buy your home has to be a willing and able buyer. And that willing and able buyer there's gonna be reasons why that person will or will not buy that property. And so you can't let your emotions get in the way of what that person's asking for, etc. Excuse me. So number 2, don't set an unrealistic price. Don't set an unrealistic price. Price your home is one of the first and most important decision you'll make when listing your home for sale. You get too caught up in the what ifs, you may set your sights too high and set an unrealistic price. This will mean your home sits on the market longer and costs more money in the long run. Folks, there's things that we actually, as realtors, we use to help not have to go down this path uh, and setting yourself up for something that'll come later that you don't have to deal with. That's why you'll hear when an agent comes in, most sellers say, hey, I want the most money for my property. But it's not about the most money for your property as far as where you listed at. It's about positioning your property's price in the market to get you your bottom line. Positioning your property in the market to get you your bottom line. That's what it's about. Number 3, don't hide major problems. Don't hide major problems. A good home inspector will find out all of the issues with your home anyway. Not being forthcoming about known issues will slow the whole process down. You don't want to have an offer on the table that doesn't work out because you failed to disclose something because the inspection and uncovered something huge. Again, your home is only work with a willing and able buyer is willing to pay. And if you hide something and the inspector goes through your house for about 2 hours, they're going to find it. They're going to find it. Now you know what that means. The willing and able buyer is either going to ask you to fix it or they're going to ask you for a reduction in price. And if you don't fix it, the thing that you need to know is now you have to disclose that finding to the new buyers. Well, that's going to cause you some problems. Number 4, don't wait until the last minute. Don't wait until the last minute. There are numerous documents you'll need to have in hand before you can list and sell your home. Don't wait until the last minute to get your ducks in a row. Everything will go faster and smoother if you have everything you need. So now here are some do's. Not doing these are huge mistakes that home sellers make all of the time. Do film video walkthroughs, especially as virtual home buying becomes increasingly popular. The home will get more views and interactions if you have video walkthroughs. Video tours can usually be filmed by someone who works with real estate agent. These are compelling and add value to your listing. So sometimes, especially since the pandemic, doing the video walkthroughs actually help folks kind of really see the inside of the property uh, before they actually come to the home, and then they can kind of picture. Actually, at the some of the virtual tours allow you to actually go in and take measurements and stuff like that. So that is a pretty good plus. The next one is do make minor repairs. If you've lived in your home a long time, even if you haven't, you may have learned to live with squeaky hinges or broken railings. Home buyers will be turned off by these things, and it's a lot cheaper to fix them yourself than to have a negotiations about the deal. These minor things can come in, and for the buyer who feels like he or she's paying their money, for those small things, they may come back and ask for tons of dollars to take care of that stuff. So some of those little things that you know of might want to, look into them and then think about going in and making those changes to those things, having those things repaired. Do make cosmetic improvements. It may be hard to see your lived-in home objectively, but potential buyers will be the first to notice worn-out carpeting and scuffed walls. A little bit of paint, a little bit of carpet cleaning, a pressure wash on the driveway goes a long way. Well, we live in our homes. Everything is perfect as far as we're concerned. We don't think we need new cabinets. We don't think we need a coat of fresh paint on the wall. We don't think that drip in the tub is a problem. because we're okay with it. Water bill might not show that represents and some other things. So those are the things we have to. Give me 1 second. I don't want any noise on this. So those are the things that we have to remember. Like those are things that are gonna what we feel comfortable with is not what a buyer they feel comfortable with. Do you stage your home? Now that many buyers are checking you out virtually, it's even more important that your home looks bright, light, and modern. It may be worth it to pay an expert stager or have a friend with a great eye come in and update your decor. Now, we don't do this. Sometimes folks just don't have a budget for some of these things, but there is a way to do some of the staging on a light budget, using some things from Dollar Tree and some other places. You can get some quality things that you can come in and stage and make things look a little more appealing, especially if you're not the type of person that has a lot of knickknacks and things in your place. You're just basically someone that not have a lot of pictures and all of that stuff. So sometimes that stuff can be needed to sprucing up a place a little bit. Bad thing on that, sometimes when you declutter and you're removing stuff, there's certain things that we may advise that you shouldn't have in the house so that it won't steer buyers away from your property. The last four mistakes many people make have to do with buyers and the buying process. Home sellers can impact the sale. Be very careful that you don't make these mistakes. Be careful about negotiations. There are great things and ways to negotiate, and poor ones. You need to sit down with your real estate agent early in the process and determine your absolute bottom line selling price and anything you are or are not willing to talk with potential buyer about. Be careful about when you sell. You may already know that selling during the winter months will get you a lower price for your home. There are ideal times to list your home. This may even extend to when online listings go live and when you alert the community. So if here's an example, if you're in an area that's prone to college students and universities and stuff, there's a lot of those parents come into the area and they may buy a property to rent out to multiple students as one of their investment strategies while the kids where their child is actually going to college or university, and it saves them on that housing while they also have an investment vehicle for 4 years. So that might be if you're in that type of area, that might be the perfect time to sell your home. Spring is the buying season, quote unquote. I will say, most cases, the winter time is a little tougher. It's more of can run into a buyer's market. But within the last 3 to 4 years or so with the low inventory, I think pretty much all year long, this all depends on the market you're in. Has this been solid as far as buyers still out looking for homes even in the winter months. Be careful about buyer qualifications. A huge time waste that home sellers sometimes experience is trying to work with unqualified buyers. While your real estate agent should have a great process, pre-approvals and proof of funds, be sure you are in the know about who is being let through your door. So this one is a kind of tough because it's kind of hard to, in my opinion, others might say different, to rule out asking folk for financial information before they actually see your home. And so depending on the market, it might be very, very tough to say, hey, I want to, for everybody that wants to get a copy of the financial situation or pre-approval for those buyers. And then some buyers just get emotional. Again, we got emotions running wild. Oh, well, who they think they are? I'm not showing them that. They can keep their place. And now you just eliminated probably 90% of the buyers that are interested in your property. They're just like, I just want to see the house. And some people are shopping and they don't know if they actually want to buy a house until they actually see the house. It's the worst way to shop for a house, but that's some people, that's what they do. And then some agents allow that. But the best place for a buyer to be in is to already have pre-approval, because I say it all the time. You don't want to find something that you like and you can't pull the trigger on it. That just makes no sense. So you want to be ready. Be careful about delays. Any number of things can derail your home sale. It's super important that you don't make impulsive decisions that could set you back several weeks. When in doubt, ask your realtor. One of the biggest home selling mistakes you can make is to not hire a real estate agent. There's plenty of data that showcases that seller who use realtors end up with more money in their pocket. Need a realtor? Please contact me. Now, I will say something about that. There are a bunch of people who feel like they can sell their homes themselves, and some do a good job. But what we have found out on research is that most of the people who try to attempt to sell their homes themselves normally get very frustrated because they get all of the calls that we normally get of people that just want to see a house. They really don't want to buy, they're renters. And they get all of the people, wholesalers, the folks that want to call and try to get a deal for a property. Most agents don't get those calls because they know we try to get you the most money possible. But when you go to try to sell it yourself and you got it listed on Craigslist and all these other places, people are calling you. They're trying to sell an $800,000 house. They're calling you saying they'll give you $600,000. We don't normally have that problem in most cases, and the result of that, 80% of those folks who try to sell the home themselves end up listing their home with a real estate agent. Yeah. So I have a special segment because I was just going to talk about the 12 mistakes to selling your home today. We're going to add a little piece in there because one of the things that's popping up in the market is not only that people that's trying to sell their home for all different type of reasons, but one of the big reasons is short sale and foreclosures. And we're going to talk about that a little bit here. Is a short sale a foreclosure? Short sales and foreclosures are similar in mortgage debt circumstances, but they are two different processes. A short sale is sometimes called a pre-foreclosure. Instead of being forced to foreclose and evict the home, homeowner can request a short sale, which prevents foreclosure. So there's some pros and cons of a short sale. So the benefits of a short sale is you can avoid foreclosure if it goes through. Now, I've done several of these throughout the years. I've actually, one of my first investment deals that it took me three books to read. I was able to before short sales really got very relevant, and agents or you needed a short sale negotiator to be able to do the short sale. I did my first deal as a short sale in the early 2000s. And it helped that home owner avoid foreclosure. It also leaves less impact on your credit score. After the sale, your loan will be settled. So you won't be placed as you owed money. You collaborated with the lender and reduced. And this is what a short sale. Short sale is not fast. It just means short sale means you sold your house short of what you owed. And so that will relieve you of that debt. So, and also with that, there's no sudden evictions. You have a say in the time frame of that sale that you're working on. Now, it's not guaranteed that you have a say in that time frame, because if the short sale lender says yes, you get a buyer for your property, and they agree to it, that agreement will also have an expiration date. So time is of the essence when you get into a transaction. It's a pretty discreet process. Pretty discreet process. You can buy a new home in the future. I think it's around 3 or 4 years after you do a short sale, you can buy a home. Disadvantages of short sale. There's potential tax consequences. Because you sold, I think there's a profit portion there that the bank actually writes off, and basically I believe that becomes a 1099 for the homeowner. I think that's where that come in, but I'm not a tax person, and so that would probably be a tax question for your accountant, especially if you're in a short sale situation right now. It can also take a long time. I've seen short sales from the time I've taken the listing to close and go upwards 18 months. Yeah. And requires lots of paperwork and responsibility. The thing that I believe in 2008 that helped the outside of scarcity, that helped the homeowners run away from getting help with doing short sale and just allowing themselves to go into foreclosure and mess their credit up, is paperwork is about this as extensive as the paperwork it took you to buy your home. A lot of paperwork, a lot of proof of income, a lot of different other statements in regards to the reason that you're in the situation. There's no guarantee your lender will approve your short sale requests. So that's a disadvantage. So how a short sale works. When you're too behind on your mortgage payment, a short sale might be the best option. Here are the steps you need to go through. So what happens is you send a short sale request to your lender. The lender isn't obligated to agree to the short sale, so you should request it only as a last resort when you can't make any more payments. Contact your lender's loss and mitigation department and ask questions. Now, get ready to sell. If your lender agrees to the process, create a short sale proposal. Make sure you get a real estate agent and any professional needed for the process, like tax expert or lawyers. List your short sale. Set the price. Remember, it won't be as high as the market value. Now, that's questionable today, which sometimes today, folks have enough equity with short sales might not even be the issue. It just depends on probably the condition of the property and what the appraisal value comes in at. if there's enough room there to pay everybody off and all of that stuff, might can avoid the short sale. Find a buyer. A lot of paperwork is required to give buyers the information they need to purchase short sale. This includes proof of hardship, bank statement, medical bills, etc. So all of those are the documents that are needed when you get a contract that comes in. They're down to your lender is really going to be, those are the paperwork that's going to be your responsibility to get in to show the reason why you need to sell this property at a short. Submit your proposal. Once your buyer gives an offer, you need to submit your proposal and the buyer's offer to your lender. It helps to have a real estate agent help you through the process. And like I say, I've been doing these for a good long time, way before I even became a licensed real estate agent. Options for selling through a short sale. You can't complete a short sale alone. Consider your options. Contact your current mortgage servicer and tell them you are interested in a short sale and want to know if you're eligible. Explain your financial hardship. Some homeowners face illness-related medical bills or lose their sources of income. Contact a real estate agent that specializes in short sale. They can work with your lender, buyer, and bank. Know whether or not you live in a non-recourse state, which is a state that cannot collect deficiencies after a short sale. So what that meaning is I believe what happens is if, let's say you purchased a house for 100,000, and so that's what's owed on the house is still 100,000 owed, and then you sell for 60,000. If you're in a deficiency state, the bank can come after you after the short sale for the balance that's left over. So in most cases, most of those, when you do short sales, you want to get a deficiency judgment waiver, meaning that the bank won't come after you for that balance. Although a short sale isn't ideal, it's a great way to save you from foreclosure. Home ownership is expensive and many situations cause an unacceptable, no, I'm saying that wrong. Inescapable debt. Let's the real estate agent help you through your short sale process so you can save money and get back on your feet with the option to buy a home again in the future. And I help with those things. So if you need any help when you're dealing with a hardship, and let's look at your situation first, because your property might just need some sprucing up. There might be a situation there where we can come in and we can help you get the house together so that you can make more money on the property by us jumping in and lending a hand. So that's it for tonight, folks. I hope you got a little bit of information that could help you. One part of the information is what not to do, the 12 mistakes that you can make when you go to sell your home. And if you're a seller that's being forced to sell because of your income, etc., we want to help you avoid foreclosure. And so we have multiple ways to do that. If you need any help with any of those services, please reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to assist you and getting those things taken care of. But again, it's another Hump Day Wednesday with Kendall in the DMV, and I thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, please reach out to me, leave comments if you have any questions. I'm here for you. Signing off. Once again, have a blessed one.